Welcome to the Jameela Adams Experience podcast. It's the place to be if you're a woman over 40 who wants to feel inspired, empowered, and heard. Jameela Adams, your host, is an entrepreneur and best-selling author who will discuss how to find joy and happiness in life's challenges. So come and join the experience.
Hey everyone, thank you for joining this week's episode. This is so awesome to have you here. And as you know, we're doing the Better Me, Better You series, or I should say theme for the year. And throughout this time, I am going to be doing solo shows and guest shows just because I really want us to build community and to learn about each other's talents, gifts, and so on. So that's why I have on this week's program, Jacqueline Cohen-Baity, aka Jacquine. And one thing I really enjoyed talking about her, she's so talented and multifaceted. So she's a cookbook author, a comedy writer, a musician, and her new book that's out, the ebook, is Adventures of a Comical Salesperson with International Recipes. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? You got to check this out. So I'm going to let Jacqueline talk about her adventures and also her other projects that she has going on. So Jacqueline, please step up to the mic and let's discuss what you're doing.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Jameela. Thank you for the introduction. Glad to be here. And yes, I have this ebook. It's with comedy stories in them. And in a couple of weeks, there's going to be a QR code with music. So I created, arranged, sang, and put some sound effects and some comedy into the book. So it's going to be a QR code that people could get the full experience in their kitchen. So when they're cooking, stirring their soups, or just having a gathering of people over, they can be listening to the songs in surround sound and then having their dinner and thinking about the recipes. And some of the songs, they do have some recipes in them. So it's kind of interesting, that way. But yeah.
Awesome. That's so cool. So when you came up with this concept, what was the whole idea of the cookbook? What made you say, I'm going to do this? I really think people need to see this, so I'm going to put it out there. So what made you come up with this concept?
Yeah, I know that food is very needed. People need to eat. And I put photos on Facebook, and so many people were saying to me, wow, I really like those photos that you have. They look so good. What are the recipes? And then I did some online demonstrations on showing, how to make different types of dishes like enchiladas, eggplant caponata. I showed how to make, and people were very interested in that. So they loved the demos. So that's how I started. And I thought, wow, people are asking for these recipes for free. Let me turn it into a business. And so I did. And so I came up with these recipes, and it took me to get together the recipes and the comedy stories and everything, putting it together. It took me some time to just put together, but eventually I finally launched it through a book company. I'm self-published, but I then launched it. And one day I decided to put comedy stories into it. And that was like woke up one day thinking, let me put my comedy stories in there, and I did. Right. And then the rest is history.
What were the challenges that came up while putting these recipes together?
But there's been a few where I said, no, this isn't good, I'm throwing it away. And I didn't put it in the cookbook. Right. But I've been cooking since I'm 15 years old. I have, I guess, an innate ability to combine spices. So I know the balance of flavors, how to draw out the flavors and really get a balance with, the different ingredients. Mm-hmm. And so many times my recipes would come out great because I had the balance in there. And I always say to people, don't add too much too soon, or don't add too much at first, because you can always add, but it's very hard to subtract.
Right.
So I think that, if you taste things along the way, you have your taste spoons that you throw away, mm-hmm. and you just kind of see where the balance of the flavors are, and then you can always add something extra in there. So that's how that happened. But yeah, the challenge was sometimes in the past, if I put too much of something in, like cloves, if you put too much cloves into something, forget it. It just ruins the whole thing.
Right. Cooking is one of those things that you can engage with people, and it's an open door to sit down with people, literally break bread with people, and you give a part of yourself when you're making these dishes. So I'm assuming that's what happened with you when you sit down and come up with these ideas for these recipes, you're actually opening yourself up to them. Is that correct?
Yeah, and I love to, if people want me to mentor them, I really like to take them through these things, if they have questions and they want to know, and, it's, how to make like, an enchilada sauce, for example, or sauces. I love to walk them through the process, that's what I want to do is help people to see that, hey, you can cook at home, these are the things, and my book does that. Also because it's people can get the recipes and see like things to have on hand. It also has like ingredients to have on hand and cooking tips in there too.
Right.
So things like, for example, tempering chocolate, where you want to make sure you have the right temperament, for chocolate, because I make ganache as well. Ganache is not in the book, but
Right.
yeah, I do make ganache. I have something something similar, but yeah, ganache I make. In fact, I made this mango strawberry cheesecake with ganache on top recently, and it has graham cracker on the bottom and inside, and yeah, it's really good. I made that for Mother's Day. That's not in the book, but I'm actually talking to a marketing company who is helping me put together that recipe for free. And then if people want to buy the book, they can. But that recipe is free, and then they could buy the book if they want to. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. So obviously putting those recipes together can be rewarding. So what is the reward for you in all this? Like putting the ebook together, what is the greatest reward? What is something you really want to get out of it?
I love to bring joy to people, and I love the fact that that the book had started selling, and also I have a lot of interest in people who want to buy my book, and also people want to buy my book in bulk, which is so good. That's like a dream of mine, because not only am I really helping where bringing people joy and happiness, with cooking, and showing cooking can be fun and comical and, musical as well,
Right.
I mean, have that music element, with how I'm combining things in the book. But the fact is that I also see that the monetary side to it, which makes me happy because I have my own business. I do this full time, and
Right.
it's just exciting that this way. Yeah.
Good. So
And the music is not in there yet, but the QR code
right.
will be in there in hopefully a couple weeks.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it because I like to collect cookbooks, so this is something I'm definitely looking forward to seeing and possibly doing in the future. So
Available as an ebook right now. It's I don't sell the print books. I've had a few people ask me about print books, maybe eventually, but it is a big book. The ebook with an e-reader or software like that, it's clickable table of contents, and PDF has clickable table of contents. So the book version is very good, and the print version I can think about later, but it's just right now I just have the ebook.
okay, so like when you
QR code.
that will have the music playing. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So like when people are putting their recipes together and they bring up the book, they can
We'll direct them to the music. Yeah, that's
okay.
what my plan is anyway. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I really am. So with that being said, Jacqueline, where can we reach you? How can we reach you?
Yeah, so my website is jacquine.com. That's JACQINE.com. And when people go to my website, I have my email address in there. They fill out a form and they just can see, or if they go to info@jacquine.com, they can get in touch with me that way. But there's a form to fill out if they want to, find updates and, keep in touch with me, and then I can update them. If I have their email address, it's better, anyway.
Okay. So what are your final thoughts? Do you have any events coming up that you want to talk about?
Yeah, I did a speaking engagement. I wish I would have, I would have, gotten together to really get the word out on that. But yeah, I did a speaking engagement recently with a networking group, and they wanted me to speak, and I did some talks about entrepreneurial topics, and discussed just ways to help market things. I also have some experience in marketing. I have certifications in marketing actually from
Oh,
a
good.
couple companies. Yeah. So that's good to have the marketing as well as, have sales experience from my corporate world experience from that.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I would say, as far as anything else that's coming up, I have a number of things. I may be doing a feature film. It's just depending, if there's a budget that comes. So I may be scoring a feature film as a composer. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's really good. Congratulations on that.
Yeah, it's neat. I didn't get it yet. I mean, I have to
Uh,
wait and see if the budget comes, then, yeah, I'll be scoring it.
yeah, we'll put it out there in the universe that you're gonna get it, so I'm not gonna worry about it. You will get
Thank you so much. I look
it.
forward to it. I hope so. And I am really, really excited about that. And then, a couple of people approached me about, different opportunities, with what they're doing and, how my music, can help them and all that. So it's really exciting that way. Music is definitely, very much a part of my business. And I love that I can combine in my book, when the QR codes, the music will be there with the QR code. But I love that my company is, music, eCookbook, and comedy.
Awesome. I appreciate you being here. And so, like I
Thank
said,
you.
oh, you're welcome. As I close out the show, I normally say this because I feel this within me to say this. I want you to be inspired, be inspiring, be encouraged, be encouraging. But most of all, I want you to be you, and I'll chat with you next week. And thank you, Jacqueline, for being on the show. Thank you for being a guest. I appreciate
So
you.
welcome. Thank you. I appreciate you as well. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Have a good day, everybody.
Do you have a passion project you want to bring to life? Let Jameela Adams at your service help you. Jameela Adams at your service was created to assist businesswomen, 40 plus, by bringing their passion project to life through website design and marketing. Visit JameelaAdamsAtYourService.com and sign up for a consultation today. Remember, you have a voice, use it.